All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're going to demystify the AWS Certified Data Engineer Associate exam. You know, the DEA-C01. If you're looking to really make a name for yourself in the data world, this is for you. So let's dive in.
Does this feel familiar? The world of data engineering moves so fast, it can seriously feel like you're just trying to keep your head above water. It's a complicated space, full of powerful tools and, let's be honest, some pretty tricky concepts.
I mean, this just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? You've got all these amazing pieces. You know they can build something incredible, but without a clear set of instructions, it's just overwhelming. But what if you actually had that manual, a map to show you the way?
Well, that is exactly where this certification comes into play. Think of the AWS DEA-C01 as that guide you've been missing. It's the map that shows you not just what to do, but the how and the why behind building solid data solutions on the world's biggest cloud platform.
So what's this exam really all about? At its heart, it's here to prove you have a very specific and super important skill set. Taking that raw, messy data and turning it into something truly valuable, something that's ready for analysis. And that means designing, building, and managing that whole data pipeline on AWS. And to do all that, you've got to know your tools. We're talking about the heavy hitters here. You've got AWS Glue for all your ETL stuff, Amazon Redshift for data warehousing, and Kinesis for when you're dealing with real-time data streams. And of course, you can't forget about governing it all with lake formation and locking it down with IAM. These services are really the foundation for becoming a true data pro on AWS.
Okay, so let's pull back the curtain a little bit. What are you actually going to face when you sit down for this test? Because, understanding the structure is like half the battle, for sure.
And wow, this really lays out the whole scope of what a data engineer does. It is not just one thing. You're getting tested on the entire data lifecycle, from pulling the data in and transforming it, to storing it, securing it, and then optimizing, monitoring, and even automating the whole shebang. It's a total, comprehensive skills check.
So how do they test all this? Well, it's a mix. First, you've got your multiple choice questions. These are to check your foundational knowledge. Do you know the concepts, the best practices? But then, and this is where it gets real, you get scenario-based tasks. This is where you have to actually apply your skills to solve a real-world problem. Something like, hey, your critical glue job just failed. Why? Or how do you scale this Redshift cluster without blowing the budget? It's theory and practice, working together. Okay, so you put in all the work, you learn the services, you pass the exam. What's next? Let's talk about the payoff. Let's get to the good stuff, the real, tangible benefits this certification can unlock for your career.
And just to be clear, we're not talking about another piece of paper to hang on the wall. This is about actively unlocking that next stage of your career. It's about putting a giant, flashing sign on your resume that tells recruiters, hey, I've got the skills you're looking for, and they've been proven.
I mean, just look at this breakdown. You're suddenly qualified for all these cool, high-demand roles in things like data pipelines and security. It shows your boss and your coworkers that you know your stuff, which opens doors to leadership roles and cooler projects. And yeah, let's talk about the salary. High-demand skills lead to competitive pay, period. We're talking a direct investment in your earning potential. It's a pretty big deal.
Now for the million-dollar question. How do you get ready for all this? There are a lot of resources out there, but the one we're looking at today is a platform really designed to make your prep as effective as it can possibly be.
This lays out a really powerful step-by-step path. You start with the web simulator to get a feel for the real exam environment. Then you can use the mobile app to study literally anywhere, and it even works offline. And this next part is so important. Learning mode gives you instant feedback. So you're not just memorizing answers, you're actually understanding why you got something wrong. All the while, you're watching your progress, turning those weak spots into strengths, and building up real confidence for the big day.
And there's even more. The exam mode is built to feel just like the real deal, which is huge. You can also customize your practice sessions. If you only have 20 minutes or you want to crank through a bunch of questions, you can do that. Every single answer comes with a detailed explanation to really deepen your knowledge, and even small things like the auto-scroll feature just make the whole study experience a lot smoother.
So look, we've covered what the exam is all about, the incredible benefits it can have for your career, and a solid game plan on how to prepare. At the end of the day, this certification is a clear-cut way to prove your skills and take a massive leap forward in your career. So the only question left is, are you ready to take it?